Hey everybody, Emily here from TravelAndLedger, adding more vacations to the books and inspiring you to also. So in my last video, I was talking about taking a week off of Instagram. It was much needed. I was having hardcore content burnout. I don't know if you guys have had the same experience. Comment below because let's all support each other. Sometimes we just need to take a break. So I wanted to do kind of a cliff notes of what I learned because I realized I talked a lot in that last video and some of you just want to get to the nitty gritty. So here I am to tell you like it is. One of the main things that I learned from Instagram, like look at this. They don't help you grow at all. In fact, I almost feel like they make you not grow on purpose so that you have to spend more time on the app, putting on live, putting on IGTV, all this stuff, because they want you to stay on the app just as much as they want everybody else to stay on the app. So keep that in mind, that even though that you're a creator and you're making stuff for your audience, Instagram isn't going to push it out to your audience. That's why you see so many creators that are like, hey, hit the bell so you get a notification when I actually post, because Instagram doesn't even show people on your own feed that you posted anything. I actually tested this and I asked some of my close friends, I was like, hey, did you guys notice that I wasn't posting as much? Do you feel like I need to post more? And they were like, Emily, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I watch your stories, but a lot of the time your content doesn't even show up on my feed. And these are my own friends. Like, they always say, oh, well, we show people who interact with each other the most and blah, 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 whatever they want to say. But the reality is they're not showing your posts to anybody. Like, the only way you're getting found is through your organic reach, like through your hashtags or through a trending sound or things like this, or you pushing your post other places, or people finding you on Pinterest or YouTube, because Instagram itself as a whole is not pushing your stuff, and it's so frustrating. So unless you're going to pay for that advertisement, they're kind of punishing you. They're like, sorry, you're not paying for advertisements, so why should we send anybody to your page, is how I feel. That being said, content burnout is normal. I think we all need to take a break sometimes from social media, from Instagram, from everything, because we need to just get out there and live our own life. And like I said, I was at the Indians game and I was doing all these things that week. That just happened to coincide. It was all totally random, but it happened to coincide with the same week that I was taking a break from Instagram. So it helped me a lot. And I picked up some extra shifts at work. So that helped take my mind off social media. But you don't realize how much you're on your phone, just like in this other world going through stuff. Even as creators, when we're posting, like we're always looking to see what our numbers are. What are our analytics? We're always in there looking around. And I just want to show you a little bit of some of the things that happened. You'll see here that I haven't reached any new accounts organically. There's like literally 0 new followers. But also, even the accounts I reached, I have like 1670 and only 50 people have seen some of my last posts. So I want to say the importance of reposting your old posts, because you never know if your audience even got to see them. So go ahead and recycle your traffic. I think it's really important. I also want to bring up the point that people are so superficial on Instagram, and we get into these like fake lives, that I feel like now people are looking for that more organic, like, hey, what is your life really like? Like, I'm tired of the pretty pictures and all that stuff. I'm more interested in what are you doing right now, or what do you really look like without all the filters and everything. I think people are kind of starting to get over that trend. But on the other side of things, people are still trying to grow, and everybody's always trying to hit that 10,000 follower mark. So don't forget that people are going to follow you in hopes that they're going to get followed back, but you might not follow them and then they're going to unfollow you. So even though follow is banned, you can't even use that hashtag, there's still people doing it that are trying to get followers organically. So just keep in mind, you have those people who are following you and unfollowing you, follow, unfollow. Especially the more that your video or content is out there, the more eyes you're going to be in front of. So the more people are going to try to follow you, unfollow you, because they think your content is viral. And that also brings me to another point, that people are going to look at your content and enjoy your content, but they're not going to follow you. So maybe they'll like it, or maybe they'll comment, or maybe they won't do either one. They'll just enjoy it, but they're not going to do any interaction with it, because as you know, also on Instagram, you can only have so many likes and so many comments per day before you get banned, because that used to be another thing, like for like, comment for comment, all that stuff. Because of bots now, all that stuff is banned. So we can't do that anymore. So now they flag us, and I think it's a low amount. I don't know exactly for sure. I just know I've tried it in the past and I like got froze and I couldn't do any more actions for the rest of the day. Especially when I had first started out on Instagram, I was trying it a lot and right away they like shut it down. And then I realized it was against regulations. You can't just like and comment and follow anymore. It's like you can only do so many. As you saw in the stats too, taking a week off really helps you see where your following is organically, because in your analytics, if you're always posting at 1 o'clock, then if people are coming back for your content specifically, they're always going to come back around 1 o'clock because they know that's when you post. So if you take a week off, it's actually good because that gives your analytics time to see when all of your followers are actually online. And people do come back for you because nobody can make your content like you can. There's no other you in the world. Even if you're not growing right this second, it's probably because your audience and your target audience hasn't found you yet, and that's okay because they're going to find you. Just use other tactics to try and find them, and don't just focus so hard on one social media like Instagram. Maybe a lot of your followers are on Twitter or on Pinterest. So guess what? They'll find you there, and then they'll come over to Instagram eventually if they use the platform. But different people now use different platforms. Like how many people on TikTok actually use their Instagram that much? Like how many people on TikTok are actually using Instagram Reels? It's mostly people like us that are creatives that are trying to grow, but like the common person, you're either on TikTok, you're on Snapchat, you're on Twitter. Like it's rare. It's more rare now that people are on everything like they used to be, because now there's like 15 different social medias. So I feel like people pick and choose more now versus everybody trying to be everywhere all the time. And people who find value in your content are going to follow you. They're going to like your comments. They're going to come back for more, even if they don't subscribe or follow you right away. They're going to tune in and see what you're up to, or they're going to follow you on their stories. So keep that in mind, that you don't want people that don't like you to follow you. Like you want people who like you to follow you. So when you find your target audience, those are the people who are going to follow you because they value your content. So those are the kind of people you want to follow you. So even for me, I have like 1670 followers right now or so, and they're all amazing. And I've personally spoken to about 1,000 of them, maybe like 1,200 of them. So I know that they're amazing. If they've reached out to me or commented, or I've commented on their stuff, and it's become a little community, and I value my followers. And I try to do my best to engage with their content too. But you know, once you get to a certain point and you're following so many different people, it is hard to engage with everybody all the time. Somebody falls through the radar and then you're like, oh yeah, I wonder what they've been up to. I haven't checked in with them for like 6 months. Just remember the reality of life. Like, don't take anything personally. Like sometimes people do take breaks from Instagram, and maybe that's why they're not interacting with your content. Keep in mind the mentality of taking a week off Instagram because other people are doing the same thing. It's also funny that I decided to film that video because that video was, I think, 2 weeks ago, and yesterday was the Senate hearing for Instagram. So it's interesting because now everybody is hating on Facebook and Instagram, so you might even see more traffic leave Instagram. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? But it's just interesting how things happen because you never know what's going on in people's personal lives that are affecting them to act the way that they do on social media. And they're going to follow you. They don't care how much of a following that you have, because if they find your content valuable, they're going to follow you and they're going to encourage you and they're going to help you grow. Also remember that the more that you're off the app, the more productive you are in your own life. Like, yes, as creators, we're trying to post every day as much as we can and everything. But when you take that week off, it can put things in perspective and you realize you can be more productive by using different apps that you can schedule your things, or you tune into somebody else's content and you learn more things there, or you read somebody else's blog post and you learn other things there, and it gives you more sparks of creativity because you're not just in your own world trying to like run the hamster wheel. You're like, oh, what is so-and-so doing? What is so-and-so doing? Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should do my own spin on that. And being a creative, especially during like taking a week off Instagram, even talking about Instagram, sometimes people will look at you like you have 3 heads. Like they'll look at you like you're crazy. They don't get it. They're not on, so many people aren't even on social media anymore, honestly. It's kind of this weird thing where people are starting to fall off social media. Maybe they have their family or they're in school and they don't have time to just be on Instagram all the time. Or it's summer and everybody's out at the beach and things. They're not really worried about the aesthetic of their feed as much. And just remember that people will look at you like you're crazy, and that's okay because you're on this level and you're trying to grow to here, and maybe they're just want to hang out here on this level, or they're on this level and they're not even trying to get on any sort of social media level. So always keep that in mind, that Everybody has their own journey, and people aren't going to get it, but the people that do get it, you'll start attracting, and like attracts like. And as you move up on the totem pole and you start investing more of your time into travel blogging, you'll start attracting more travel blogger friends and more creative friends. And next thing you know, you'll start collabing, you'll start doing videos together, maybe you'll even take a trip together. Who knows? The world is a lot smaller than you think it is, and your friend overseas could easily become your friend that you guys hang out in Florida together, or you hang out on an island in Greece or something, wherever you choose to travel to. So as you can see, taking a week off of Instagram really starts to put things in perspective for you, and you get away from the vanity metrics of everything, and you'll really start to appreciate the followers that you already have. And even though, you know, half of them might be your family and friends, that's great because you have great family and friends and they're there to support you. And you want to build your internet community the same as you would your friend and your family circle, where you want to try and curate your feed to attract people that are in your own genre and people who have similar mentality, because the last thing you want to do is have your own followers fighting with each other over stupid stuff. I mean, maybe that's your thing and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to invoke those kind of conversations. I'm a firm believer that positivity attracts positivity. And I hate on Instagram that sometimes people do these negative comments. Like people will say, oh, look at this picture of my Chevy when it's a Ford. Like people will say so many things just to get reactions out of people. And a lot of times it's a negative reaction and an angry reaction. I never try to do that on my feed. I don't know if that's for you, that's for you, but that's something that I hate about Instagram, that they try to do these reaction videos. I'll be like, hey, this is a great day in Vegas, but I'm in New York. And people will be like, what are you, stupid? You're in New York. Like, are those really the kind of comments that you want to attract to your feed just for the engagement? Like, do you really want that post of all your posts to go viral? You know, just start thinking about these kind of things, because these little tactics that come into play that are negative, it's just not worth it in the long run. All right, guys, like this video if it encouraged you to take a week off Instagram too. Let me know how your journey went. I'm just curious if you have similar results that I do. But for me, nothing really changed, guys. You saw the metrics. I'll show you again. It's like, it doesn't matter. You're allowed to take a break. You're allowed to take a week off work. It's cool. People do it all the time. You should actually take a week off and go on vacation and just shut off your phone and enjoy your whole vacation is what you should do. I mean, take pictures and stuff, but just shut off all like cuts to the world and just enjoy your environment that you're in. All right, guys, I hope I encouraged you to take more vacations. And if you like this video, check out my series, because I'm going to be talking about everything that I learned in my first year as a travel blogger.